Hello there. My name is Whaley with Whaley Media Enterprise, and today I'm going to talk to you about why branding matters. So, it's important that you understand there is the brand, there is branding, and there is your brand identity. The brand is the actual name or the company. The branding is the product or the promotion that you use to bring a distinct attention to that company or that name. And then the identity or the brand identity are the elements and assets you use to help bring everything together. So like I said, your brand identity is that unique symbol, trademark, company name, or whatever you do to distinctly identify who you are. So that helps your buyers or your target audience reach you and know exactly who you are and that they want to patronize your product or your services. Now, the importance of this is that branding helps to establish your unique essence. Branding is unique to you when you show your characteristics, your personality, and you convey the message to your audience. Because the ultimate goal is to communicate with those who you want to be your clients or your customers. To do this, you're going to use some elements. These elements would include your research, your plan, your design, content such as your logo, your color scheme, your typography, even graphic elements, but it's all put together in advertisement to create that special message that you're going to use to communicate to that audience. So in order to do this, you must go through a process. Yes, there is a process. The process is necessary. And the first step in that process is research. Research is when you establish who your competition is and what industry standards are important to the success of your product. Now, it doesn't just stop there. When you're researching your competition, you're researching the good, the bad, and the ugly. You're researching what worked and what didn't work, what will work for you and what will not work for you, what colors should be used. You want to research every single part of this product, from the materials you should be using to how you should be communicating to your clients. You want to know everything that's going to help you be successful. It takes time. It's not going to be something you're going to rush through. So you want to make sure that in the research process, you really explore every option and make sure you take your time with this process. Now, I will say you want to do what was done in the past, but you also want to look at what could be done in the future because things are constantly evolving. How we do business, how we communicate, things evolve. So your research should not include the past and the current, but also future states of your business or your product. Once your research is complete, you now understand your product, your service, and where you want to go with your company. And once you've established that part of your research, you are now ready to create your plan. And you must have a plan, whether it is a long plan or a short plan. It begins with a brand strategy. And then this will help you focus on how to reach your target audience. And then most importantly, how will you stand out? These three questions are important to the plan. So your brand strategy, that is where you develop a vision. You want to know where you're going, what you're going to do. Remember, you did the research. You already know what was successful, what didn't work well, and where things are headed. So now it's important that you develop a brand strategy. Now, will everything be implemented right away? Maybe not. But you want to establish that plan. Establish a strategy on how you're going to use your brand. Next, you will then explore who is your target audience. Your target audience. It's very important. You must establish your target audience. The next thing is standing out. What's going to make you different from your competitor? What is unique to you versus someone else? That's all important for you to consider. Now, once you get the plan established, you're ready to design. And this is the part that most people jump in right away. You begin to create a design, but you're not quite sure about everything. And so that's when you have to go back to the plan. You have to go back to the research process. Now, you may get into the design process and decide that you might need to go back to it. So when it comes to the design process, you want to take your time. You want to make sure that you are coming up with all possible solutions. You should be sketching out ideas, whether they're good or bad. You want to take your time, put down as many ideas as possible. And by the process of elimination, you're going to narrow it down until you get to that one bit of information, or that one look, or that one specific idea that identifies with who you are. That is when you know that you have your logo. The logo is the most important part of this design process. Yes, the brand includes more than just your logo, but your logo is the distinct look, just like your name. Your name is unique to you. While there may be many people with the same name, it is different because it's not you. Your name is unique to you, and so your logo must be unique to you. There's several types. There's 7 types, actually, 7 logo types to consider. You have your abstract work, your mascot, your combination, your emblem, your letter work, your pictorial work, and your word mark. Now, these logos on the screen can show you many logos that we are all familiar with. And I've even included my own logos on here just to show you the previous logo that we came up with. And these types are all very useful because they must go with your unique business. Whether simple or complicated, your logo should be specific to who you are. Once you come up with that look, you then must establish the color scheme. It's not just picking colors. You don't just pick which is your favorite color. You want to be very specific. You should gather inspiration. You should select color combinations. You should have light and dark options. And you must also have dominant and color accents. It's not just 1 or 2 colors. It is a whole color scheme. And they all work together for very specific reasons. Another thing is typography. One thing that is very important is understanding the message, even if it's your name. If you ever looked at someone's signature, or as they say, a doctor's signature, you don't quite understand what they've written because it's not clear. However, when it comes to your brand, your typography must be unique and memorable, but it must also be legible. It must be versatile and clearly communicates your brand personality. So if you're someone who's very straightforward and very precise, then that text or that font should be very clear and easy to read. Your typography is the perfect brand font that communicates exactly who you are. Another thing that I personally believe is very important to your brand are graphic elements. And the graphic elements, whether in your logo or accompanies your design process or your design communications, help fill the gap. And what I mean by that is when you have a space that is void of anything, but you need something there to fill the space, you want to add graphic elements. These add visual interest and also help further support that visual brand that you are communicating to your audience. Once you have the pieces all put together, it is now time to determine your brand identity. And to do this, you have to create and deploy your brand through a style guide. The guide is very important because it helps determine everything that you want to be associated and how you want your logo to be dispersed throughout your communication process. And essentially, it is your rule book, it is your regulations, and it is how anyone that is to use your brand must use your brand. So establishing that brand identity through those style guides help to create your game book. Once you have all the pieces, it's important that you put your brand to work for you. It is going to help identify you. It will help advertise who you are. It will help with the marketing process of the advertisement, but it will also create value, trust through a well planned out strategy. So as you can see, your brand is not just creating a simple logo and putting it out there. Yes, you can go on sites, you can download an app, and you create your logo very quickly, in minutes. However, there should be more of a process that you establish to fully develop your brand. So when it comes to your brand, it does matter how you create it. Yes, you can create it quickly, but be sure that your brand fully communicates who you are successfully. So today we talked about why branding matters. And why does it matter? Because branding is the unique expression of who you are. It is important because it helps establish you from your competition. And you should have a logo, color scheme, typography, and graphic elements to help communicate that brand to everyone. And don't forget your playbook. You've got to have a style guide to determine the rules and regulations of how you're going to use that brand. But most importantly, make sure that you are using your brand everywhere. Everywhere you look and everywhere that your product is displayed or your services are communicated, your brand should speak directly to who you are. So, how can I help you achieve this goal? I'm glad we've come to this part. There is something exciting that I have for you that can help you achieve this, and it's with the help of the professional, me. You've got it. I've got something that'll help you achieve this with guidance. The first option is you could just take some simple courses from me. I do workshops, mini courses, as well as boot camps and master courses. Right now, I actually have a boot camp specifically designed for branding, and that is the 8-week intensive Boss Creative Branding Boot Camp. This camp provides live sessions weekly, a one-on-one feedback session each week after starting the second week. You will develop your full brand package. That is your logo, your color scheme, your typography, your vision board, your branding style guide. And I will be there to fully walk you through the process to make sure that everything is there, that it is professional, and that it truly meets your brand needs. Now, I have payment options of one payment, two payment, or three payments. But the payments on the screen, those are the payments that are going to be in the future. Why? Because I'm running a beta special right now, today, until October 20th, 2021. You can get this boot camp at the beta special for $902 off. Yes, you've heard me correctly. That means this package right now is only $679. So you can even use it with the payment plans. You don't have to do it all at once, but you can do it all at once, because if you do it all at once, the people who sign up for the package and do the one-time payment not only get everything in the boot camp, but you also get private consultation sessions, 2 to be exact, during the process, during the boot camp. But you also have my services for 1 month after the boot camp for creative services for your business. So this is an opportunity that's not going to last, because this is just a beta special. This is just one opportunity that we are offering to you. Now, in order to take advantage of this deal, you want to use the Boss Early Bird code on the website. And here is the registration link. The registration link is also in the comments. You don't want to miss this opportunity. This is a one-time event that you'll have the opportunity to take advantage of this package. Now, we also have other options. You can also hire Whaley Media Enterprise to do creative direction for your project. This is where we will walk you through the process so that you can do the work yourself. You just work on your own and you come to us when you need help. And the last thing is, we'll do it for you and then train you how to use the product. So we'll set up everything, we will establish the brand, we will train you how to use it, how to keep it up, and then we will be your support system for up to 6 months. So there's 3 options that you can use us with, but most importantly, I encourage you to jump in on this boot camp. This is a package that you'll never get again from us. So take advantage of this opportunity. And if you are on social media, don't hesitate to link up with us, connect with us. We want to see you. We want to hear from you. And we look forward to seeing everyone out there.